Influenza is an infectious disease that's been around forever, and each year we're challenged with getting vaccines that provide protection for people. CIVICs is a comprehensive program to develop a new vaccine that hopefully will prevent pandemics related to flu and provide more robust coverage year to year. The Duke team is a partner with everyone that's part of the CIVICs world. We were able to develop what we call the GMP operations team at Duke. That enables us to take products that we have in a discovery lab to rapidly translate them into a phase 1 product that can be used in humans. The Duke Human Vaccine Institute has a tremendous infrastructure of facilities and very talented people. State-of-the-art process development, state-of-the-art manufacturing operations, state-of-the-art analytics team, and then a very extensive quality and regulatory team that then can take all of the information coming out of this team to finally receive what we call an IND, or approval to go forward in human trials. We receive a lot of funding from the NIAID, and that trust has been invested in us to make sure we get up every day and say, what can we do to move this forward?
When we first found out we were going to get the CIVICs contract, there of course was a lot of excitement, but also a quick understanding of we have a lot ahead of us and we need to plan accordingly. For the CIVICs program, Duke has really been tasked with manufacturing from start to finish. One of the big challenges that not many people realize in terms of manufacturing a vaccine is all of the time that it takes in process development and really optimizing a process and making sure that it's actually manufacturable.
The overall goal of process development is develop a suitable process for the first phase of clinical development. Process development is comprised of 3 teams. Cell line development, so they're responsible for making sure the sequence is correct. Then we have an upstream team, which is responsible for a process that generates the construct at sufficient mass. And then we have a downstream team that is responsible for purifying the molecule. We're working in next generation vaccines. Process development is an enabler to that manufacturing capability. Without that, you have a big void within your capability to manufacture that vaccine.
Following the process development phase, there's a close collaboration with our analytics team to make sure that we're getting the product that we are intending to get throughout that process and that it's a pure product with sufficient yield.
Our goal in the analytical team is to develop assays that inform our process development activities and also to develop, qualify, and execute methods that will support lot release and stability testing for our GMP clinical products. We need to have the appropriate analytical toolkit in place so that we can monitor the quality attributes of the vaccine candidate, whether that's a recombinant protein, RNA, or some other modality. A few key pieces of equipment that we have in the lab include UPLC systems for liquid chromatography, looking at purity and advanced molar mass evaluations, sizing distributions. We have various platforms to look at binding activity, including an octet for BLI. The results have to be reliable. We really need to define, what are those critical quality attributes that we need to monitor and what's the best technique to do that.
Once the process development and analytical team feel like the product is ready to move forward, it quickly goes into our GMP manufacturing facility here at the Vaccine Institute. And over the past 8 years, DHVI has dedicated an enormous amount of resources to make our manufacturing operations state-of-the-art.
We have 2 GMP facilities here at the Duke Human Vaccine Institute. We've been working hard to bring in master cell bank manufacturing so that we can make the cell banks that kind of start off that manufacturing process in-house. And we've been working hard to bring in drug product manufacturing, actually vialing the drug substance into the vials that then go to the clinic. We bought a new piece of equipment. It's fully automated. Everything is completely sterile and enclosed. And we've qualified the instrument to be able to fill 1,200 vials per lot. 2021 was a massive step increase in the amount of products that we started to produce. We made 5 mRNA products, we made a couple protein products. We're really at our capacity now, which is 8 to 12 products per year, depending on the platform. You can really see all the efforts and cut down on your timelines, cut down on your costs, really meet the mission of getting product to the clinic as fast as possible.
The entire manufacturing process is under the oversight of our quality assurance team, and they are really there to ensure that all of the batch records are completed in an appropriate manner, that all of the steps are adhered to, and that all of the release testing is done appropriately and the product is safe to go into humans at that time.
My responsibility is to direct the quality assurance team, and really what we are charged with doing is ensuring that the safety, quality, identity, potency, and purity of the manufactured products is of the highest level. The quality assurance team is a totally independent unit within our program. We don't report up through the manufacturing management arm, and this allows us to be totally objective in our assessments and the performance of our duties. One of the critical parts of manufacturing is that vendors that are supplying raw materials or providing critical services are assessed. What we're looking for is evidence of the manufacturer's compliance to standards or regulations so that we can be assured that the product or service that we're receiving is of the highest quality. We're continually assessing them so that we can be assured that over time their performance is still at the highest standards.
Our team that really oversees the entire process is our regulatory team.
For the novel investigational vaccines that are manufactured here at DHVI, it's necessary to obtain permission from the FDA to test it in people, and to do that we have to get what's called an IND, which stands for Investigational New Drug, and that's an application that contains information on the manufacturing of the vaccine, on clinical testing, and the clinical trial plan.
Our regulatory team often submits a pre-IND package to inform the FDA of the novel vaccine concept, as well as our proposal for manufacturing and testing and release of the vaccine.
We have all of the initial data that we want to submit to the FDA as part of a pre-IND to really make sure that we feel confident when that IND does go into the FDA that we can move forward into a clinical trial. Ultimately, I think the COVID-19 pandemic has shown that what we do is incredibly important, and that be able to rapidly develop vaccines, move them through the pathway is so valuable. And so seeing that real life experience over the past couple of years really motivates not only me, but the entire team to dedicate ourselves to these products and get them into the clinic as quickly as possible.
I think what we've put together at Duke is truly a collaborative team that has enormous talents, well positioned to solve some of society's problems.